Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel and another stream. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Welcome everyone in chat. We have with us today Boeing Corp Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome, glad to have you here. And Flybride from Hampshire, USA. Welcome aboard. The old person from the United Kingdom, welcome, glad to have you here. I do have the Concorde, and I will be making a flight to test out the new version without a doubt. James, hello, James, welcome aboard, glad to have you here. For Phoenix 09er, welcome aboard, glad to have you with us this evening. And we have also with us Assad, welcome aboard, glad to have you guys here with me this evening. And today, ladies and gents, we are going to be flying the abandoned Airbus A300-600 by iniBuilds. We are going to be talking about iniBuilds as a developer, their start with the development, and how the early beginnings, the humble beginnings of iniBuilds and where they are today. We are going to also take this aircraft, we just brought it out of the hangar to kind of test it out and see if it's still worth it. Unfortunately, the aircraft has been decommissioned from the iniBuilds store. So if you do not have this aircraft for X-Plane, you will not be able to purchase the aircraft anymore. I could not find it. I could be mistaken, but I could not find it on the iniBuilds store. It is still available in my account, but I presume that there will be no further updates on the aircraft. Also today, joining me in the cabin, we have with us today First Officer Jared, and we have Lisa from Chicago joining us today in the cabin. We are going to be using say intentions for the AI dynamic unscripted ATC for our flight from Charlotte Douglas International to John F. Kennedy Airport. Okay, so let's take a quick look here at the Navigraph charts, and our flight today is going to be a departure from Charlotte, runway 18 left. I have situated the aircraft in close proximity to our departure runway, and we are going to be doing so through the Barmy 5 departure through the Tango Yankee India transition. We are going to be cruising at a final cruise altitude of 35,000 feet today, and we are going to be arriving into JFK at runway 04 right through the Carmen 4 arrival through the Sierra India Echo arrival transition. As you can see, the current weather conditions at JFK are limited IFR, so the conditions are quite nasty at JFK, but that's what you guys like, so that's what we're going to have today. And with that, let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit and start preparing for our flight this evening. Burger Pops, welcome aboard. Hello, Stan. Alex, welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. It gives me a lot of comfort to have you guys with us during the stream, so welcome aboard. Glad to have you guys with us this evening. All right, so let's go ahead and start prepping the aircraft. Now, the first thing you'll notice, the aircraft is in completely cold and dark state right now, but you can see that there are some lights already they are on, which they shouldn't be when the aircraft in a cold and dark state, but the aircraft has not been updated in the longest time now. So I think the last update was in September of 2024, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely it needs an update. This is the latest version of X-Plane, which is 12.1.4 release candidate 1. So with that said, let's go ahead and start prepping the aircraft. First thing first, we're going to go to the settings here, make sure everything is okay. Here, this is pounds, and this is all set correctly. Okay, the sim brief flight. All right, we have that set. Let me go back to return, and we're going to go to, let's see here. We are going to go to the ground operations. And good afternoon, Raul. Glad to have you here. Hello, John. Welcome. We're going to go to the load sheet here, and we're going to start with the, actually, I wanted to also turn, all right, we'll turn it on a little later. We are going to need lossless scaling today for JFK. So first thing first, let's come to the operation flight plan, Navigraph charts, the best available charts solution for flight simulation. Highly recommend it, guys. If you are serious about your flight simming, Navigraph Charts is the best available flight planning, EFB, and lots of other things. It's the Swiss knife of the flight sim world. All right, so we're going to go here and we're going to take a note of our zero fuel weight, which is 245.5. So 245.5 for the zero fuel, and the flight on board is going to be today. Block fuel is 27,232. So I'll round that up to 27, let's say 28. So we'll just say 28 here, and we're going to load the fuel. All right, so we've got that set. We have our zero fuel center of gravity, 28.2. We'll round that up to 28. And now let's start bringing the electrical systems to life. So we're going to come over here and turn on battery 1, 2, and 3. Next, we're going to turn on the galley power. I think we are going to use external power. We'll worry about the APU a little later. So let's come here and turn on external power. And all right, external power. Lovely sounds on the iniBuilds A300. This is actually the flagship product of iniBuilds. This is the very first aircraft that made the mark for iniBuilds on the flight simulation map, and it marked really the journey, the beginning of a wonderful journey for iniBuilds back then when they started with this aircraft. Hello there, Doug. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your support. Hello, Thomas. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you, Suresh. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. All right, so we are going to leave the pitch trim now. The yaw dampers can go on, and we're going to turn strobe can go to auto. Nav lights are on. We are going to come here and turn on the non-smoking and fasten seatbelt signs. And then we're going to move up here to the ADDONS. We're going to set the ADDONS to nav, nav, and nav. Excellent. Everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. And we're going to come over here and test the cockpit voice recorder. And it checks okay. Excellent. Landing gear is down and locked into position. Excellent. Let's go ahead and perform the test here. Loop 1, APU, and engine number 2. All check okay. We're going to turn on the fuel pumps here.
Top rudder input.
All right.
Top rudder input.
Okay. So the pumps are on and everything here looks good. We'll leave the APU for the time being. We'll do that once we get the clearance. Let's go ahead and lock the cockpit door. And then oxygen is turned on. Probe heat and window heat are on. Again, we follow the Airbus philosophy, no white lights. So isolation valve is turned on. And finally, we are going to come here and arm the emergency lights. And we can test. Right, so that tests okay. Everything checks okay here. And now we are ready to start programming the FMS. Excellent. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we are going to actually, before we do that, let's come over here and we are going to go to the ACARS menu, and we're going to request the company route, which is today from Charlotte Douglas to Kennedy International in New York. All right, we'll just wait for the ACARS to load the flight sim. Again, I'm not sure why it's stuck here. There we go. All right, looks like it has now complete. All right, let's put this away and let's bring up the FMS. All right, so this is, I think you guys can follow better this way. So we'll bring up the FMS. We're going to go to, this is again div strip. We're going to follow the same Airbus flow. Are you using lossless scaling now? No, right now I'm not using lossless scaling, but we will use it a little later. All right. So this is the data. Everything here looks good. Active database, all that good stuff. The engine type, everything looks good to me. We're going to go to the init page. You can see again that we have everything here. I'm going to go ahead and say align IRS, so that will automatically align everything. I've set it to instant. You can note the cruise level here is 35,000 feet. All right. So we are going to bring up Navigraph charts. We're going to go to the flight plan. We're going to select Charlotte and the SID today. We're going to select always with the A300. You need to select the runway first, then the SID or the star. Otherwise, you may not be able to see your runways. So that's something to note. 18 left is the departure runway, and then it's the Barmy 5 departure. And then through the Tango Yankee India transition. Nope, that's not the one we want. That's the one we want. There we go. Excellent. All right, insert that. We've got, so it's a vector, so we're going to have to wait for ATC to vector us in. We will more than likely get a direct to either Meshi or Gulfy once we fly runway heading after departure. Then we are going to go to the arrival at JFK. Today, the scenery for JFK is that of Nimbus Simulation, one of the best renditions of John F. Kennedy Airport for flight sim. And then the star is going to, we are arriving today runway 04 right, so it's the ILS runway 04 right, and the Carmen 4 arrival into JFK. We're going to make sure there are no discontinuities here, and it looks like we are good here. All right, so perfect. Next, we're going to go to init Bravo. There is the next page, and we need to load up our block fuel, which is 28 tons of fuel. All right, let's cancel all of this. All right, 28. The zero fuel weight is, we can go back here to the load sheet. And the zero fuel weight is 245.5, 245.5, and there is the zero fuel, and the zero fuel center of gravity is 28.2. We'll round that up to 28, and we're good to go here. All right. Good morning to you, Suresh. It's 1 a.m. Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much for being here. Truly appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you very much. Hello, Roy Van Can. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. So, iniBuilds abandoned X-Plane development. Yes, sir, they did. Totally. And completely. And undoubtedly. All right. So, we've got the... we've got everything here set up. I hope they changed their mind, though, by the way. But we'll see about that. All right, so we're going to come now here to the EFB, and we're going to say send to perf. Now here we can click on the FMS data. Now it says error because normally in the iniBuilds, in the latest version of the iniBuilds, it automatically fetches the weather information. So in this case, we're going to have to load the weather information manually. So we're just going to come here and take. So we have 230, oof, we have gusting winds, so it's going to be a rough departure and an arrival as well today, and that's good news for your reviewing pleasure. So, all right, so 230, 16, so that's 230 and 16, all right, and then the outside temperature is currently 16 Celsius, pretty nice. And the QNH is 2954, 2954, and enter that. Excellent. The current runway condition is dry, anti-icing is off, takeoff weight, everything here is good. Let's compute that. And once that's computed, then we can enter the information. All right, perfect. Now we have the information. We're going to say send the data to the FMS. And now the company data is received. We have all our data here. If we go to the takeoff, you're going to see all the V1, 148, 149 for V-rotate. And V2 is something we have to set in the FCU. To set that, we need to first turn on the pitch trim switches here And now we'll be able to set those speeds. So the speed is going to be 151 for V2. All right, so, all right, 151. Okay, and we'll wait for that for the clearance. All right, let's turn on our radios. VHF 1, let's see here. Let me put that away. All right. Okay, so VHF 1, we're going to put the intercom and the passenger announcements, and we're going to do the same thing here. Hopefully that will work. And let's see here. All right, I'm just going to turn up the volume there. There we go, and a little bit here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and request our clearance now from tower. And for that, first, let me check in with the cabin crew. Hey, Lisa, how are we doing in the back? Have we boarded the passengers yet?
Hello, Captain Sam. We're currently in the process of boarding, and everything is going smoothly. I'll keep you updated.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. Once you're done, please bring the load sheet to the flight deck. Thank you. Hello, Flopo. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. No, Flopo, unfortunately, there isn't a way that you can purchase this add-on now. Very unfortunate. Hello there, Augusta02. Welcome aboard from France. Welcome, my friend. Okay, so we are going to start the APU now. Master on and start. And we'll let that do its thing. And we are, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and request clearance. Hey, Jared, can you go ahead and request our IFR clearance, please? All right.
Requesting our IFR clearance now.
All right. Right, I'm not sure what's going on here. To be turned off, please turn on your comm radios and try again. That's strange. Let's take a look here. We have VHF 1. All right, let's see. Let's try again. Hey, Jared, can you request our IFR clearance, please?
Requesting our IFR clearance now.
All right, let's see if that works.
Charlotte clearance. Piper 59511. We'd like to collect our IFR clearance. We have Papa.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
All right, so that has worked. All right, let's see here. We'll wait for the clearance to come in. APU is now available. APU bleed is on. And we can turn off the external
American
power.
1727, cleared to Kennedy via the Barmy 5 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 350 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.35 squawk 4457.
Right,
Charlotte
44.
clearance. American 1727, cleared to Kennedy via Barmy 5 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 350 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.35 squawk 4457.
All right, so we have our
American
clearance.
1727, read back correct.
All right, perfect. So we have our clearance now. Since it's a good aircraft and iniBuilds no longer wants to support it, maybe they could release it as freeware. A nice appeasement to all of us who spent a boatload with them. Yeah. Right, passenger announcement is now taking place. I think I need to bring down the sounds in the... let me come down here. All right, so I'll just reduce the sounds here because they are quite loud, even for my liking. So we're just going to bring those down a little bit. All right, so there we go. Let's save that and let's return. I didn't want to do that yet, but all right, that's fine. Let's go to send perf and compute. And we are going to just look at, all right, so I need that flex temperature and flaps 15, takeoff trim 1.0 down, flex is 50. So we're going to come here, we're going to set this to flex takeoff, and we're going to set this to 50. That's going to give us a target for our thrust of 98.2%. All right, perfect. So everything here is set up. We have the runway heading as 185. All right. So the last thing we need to do in terms of setting up the aircraft is the altimeters. So the altimeter is 29er54. 29er54. All right, 29er54 is set. And 29er54 right here as well. And this is going to automatically sync as I've chosen this to take place in the EFB. All right, we are all ready to go, guys. And I'm just going to ask cabin crew to close the doors now and cross-check. Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check.
It's probably going to be 10-15 minutes so we can push.
Okay, Captain. Arming doors and cross-checking now.
All right, perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen. we are
Hey,
in the
Jared,
process of
can you
arming
request push and start, please?
Thank you for your patience as we prepare for takeoff.
Requesting pushback now.
All right. We're ready to go, guys. Let's turn on the beacon lights on. And it looks like the gate isn't moving, so Sam is not behaving properly.
American 1727 requesting pushback.
All right, let's go back.
1727, pushback approved, tail west.
All right, tail west. Let's go to ground ops, ground services. We're going to remove the external power and the chocks. And now we can start the pushback. All right, all is good here. Pushback and start.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
All right. We're going to put the aircraft right over here. There we go.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right, tow is coming. And everything here is looking good. All right, aircraft is configured. And the engine sounds, by the way, on this aircraft is just phenomenal. All right. We'll put the constraints here so we can take a look. As you can see here, the flight plan, there isn't really a direct path to the actual flight plan. So we're going to fly runway heading, and we'll just wait for ATC to give us further instructions. We've been cleared to 5,000 feet initially, and we'll wait for further instructions from ATC. All right, perfect. What do I use for the voice commands? I am using Say Intentions ATC.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect. Go ahead and hit that parking brake when you're ready.
Flying Scotsman. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. By the way, folks, the Flying Scotsman is a fellow content creator. He is X-Plane dedicated, so please give the guy a few hundred likes and subscribes on his channel. He really deserves it, and he puts in some good content for X-Plane. All right, so we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Let me remove the armrest here, and the parking brake is actually... All right, let's go ahead and set the parking brake. All right, let's take a look here. All right, there we go. Look at this aircraft, guys. Look at just how beautiful this aircraft is. Very, very nice indeed. It's, in my opinion, it's really a shame that iniBuilds has abandoned X-Plane, because they have created really a masterpiece of an aircraft for the sim. Very, very nice in all aspects, whether it's the 3D design, whether it's the sounds, the fidelity, the simulation of the systems. Everything's done very, very well on this aircraft. Thank you very much, Stan.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Going for the
Pilot, next
parking
time
brake
could
when
you
you're
do
ready
the
to go.
MD-80 because it has received a bigger beta update. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. I will give it a shot, Thomas. No worries at all. Sim Smith, I haven't tried the MSMS version, but I heard the X-Plane 11 version was superior. For obvious reasons, yes. Alrighty. And welcome, Bob FS88. Welcome aboard. All right, parking brake is released.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, and we are clear to start our engines, ladies and gents. We are going to come over here and System A, and we're going to start engine 2. Engine number 2 is now starting. Just really a beautiful looking aircraft, especially with the American airline livery. It looks just really, really nice. All right. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to turn on lossless scaling now. We're going to need it for where is lossless scaling? There we go. Oh, we don't want that. All right, well, I'll just leave it. All right. So let me start the engines here. So engine 2. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Scale. All right, we're good. Listen to the sounds, guys. Oh, yeah. How about that? Still performs pretty well for an old lady. All right. We have a good start on the engine number 2. Let's go and start engine number 1. Excellent.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
All right. Parking brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right, let's start engine number 1. Those engine sounds are just phenomenal. Look at the wing view, guys. Look at the details on the wing. I mean, really, iniBuilds, when they created this aircraft, when they developed this aircraft for X-Plane, they have really spared no effort in making it look good, feels good. The fidelity of the systems, the sounds. They really hit the nail on just about every aspect of developing a fine
And we're disconnected.
payware.
Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
For X-Plane. Look at the texturing here on the engine and the markings. They are near the engine cowling. Just really, really nice details. The scratches there and the streaks of oil. Very, very nice indeed. Look at that. Look at this engine. The use of PBR material is done quite well, gives the engine a very realistic look. Overall, just really an excellent, excellent aircraft by iniBuilds. All right, really, it's a shame that they've abandoned X-Plane. That's without a doubt. Hello there, Bertie. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. It's dangerously close to the engines. Yes, I agree. All right, let's go ahead and request now the taxi clearance. All right. Hey, Jared, we have a good start on both engines. Let's go ahead and request taxi clearance, please. All right. APU master off.
Requesting taxi clearance now.
All right. Notice that when I've turned off the APU bleed, and the packs turn on, and the sounds are
Charlotte
just
ground,
exceptional.
American 1727, ready to taxi. We have Papa.
All right.
American 1727, taxi to runway 18 left via C10, Charlie C12.
Runway 18 left via Charlie 10, Charlie, Charlie 12. American 1727.
All right, if we look here at Navigraph charts, let's remove that. And let's see here. All right, so we are going to go through Charlie 10 Charlie. All right, Charlie 10 Charlie. So we're going to go straight to Charlie 10 and then turn here left on Charlie and then Charlie 12 for runway 18 left. All right, perfect. Let's turn on the taxi lights. Everything here is good. Non-smoking signs on, and yeah, I guess they used to smoke during the days of this aircraft. All right, so everything here else, we don't need any of the other lights here. Everything is looking good here. Everything's good here. We are going to set our flaps. Flaps 15, slats 15 for this takeoff. So that's 15 flaps and 15 slats. There we go. Right, the flaps are set. Excellent. And we are going to select auto brake on maximum. And we're going to arm the speed brakes. And we are now ready to go. Do we need to set? That's okay. All right, takeoff config test is okay. No blues in the memo. And we can now release the parking brake. Parking brake is released. And off we go. Listen to the sounds. Wow. So nice, I have to say. Glad you are flying this aircraft and using your plan in the community to remind the desktop aviators of the fact that iniBuilds abandoned X-Plane and above all abandoned their customers. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I will be talking a little about that as we depart. Did we request? Yeah, we did. I'm going to be talking a little about that. I'm going to tell you a few things, kind of share with you guys my perspective. If the sounds, guys, are too loud, please do let me know. I do realize that this aircraft has extremely loud sounds. And here's how beautiful this aircraft looks. Just look at how beautiful it looks with this American airline livery. Look at that. Look at X-Plane. Yeah, X-Plane rocks. Absolutely. All right. Let's make the turn here. All right. All's looking good. Beautiful texturing on the engines. Quite detailed. And it still looks pretty good for an aircraft that has not been updated for the longest time now. All right. All's looking good here. All right, here's the hold short point for runway 18 left, our departure runway today. And that's taxiway Charlie. All right, let's bring the aircraft to a stop here. Let's set the parking brake. All right. Jared, we are ready to go. Please request IFR departure to JFK. All right.
Requesting takeoff clearance for JFK now.
All right, strobes, runway turn-off lights, takeoff lights. All set. And we'll just
Charlotte
wait.
Tower, American 1727, holding short of runway 18 left, ready for departure to JFK.
American 1727, Charlotte Tower, runway 18 left, winds 235 at 16, gusting 25, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
All right, here we go.
Runway 18 left, runway heading cleared for takeoff. American 1727.
Right, we are cleared for takeoff, folks. And we are going to maintain runway heading after departure. What a beautiful looking bird. She's old, but she's beautiful. Alright, we're not there on the center, so let's center the aircraft. I always get carried away with the beautiful views in X-Plane. If you guys are enjoying the content here on the channel, appreciate a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Alright, and we are ready now, so let's give it power. All right, here we go. Listen to those engine sounds. They're just beautiful. All right, we have gusting winds, so we got to be very careful with this departure. I can really feel it. Right, we're coming up to V1. V1, rotate. Woof. Wow. Very strong winds indeed. Positive rate. Gears going up. Right, we're going to maintain the current heading.
American 1727, contact departure on 125.35.
Right, we'll continue the current
Departure
heading.
on 125.35. American 1727.
Right, flaps up.
Charlotte departure, American 1727, afternoon, climbing past 1500.
American 1727, Charlotte departure, radar contact, direct Gulf E. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
All right, there we go.
Direct Gulf E. Climb and maintain flight
We're
level
going to turn on the
200.
autopilot.
American 1727.
And let's see. We're going to come here to the flight plan. And we're going to fly direct to Gulf E. So we're going to go direct Gulf E and insert. And now we can click on nav. And we've been also cleared to 30, is it 21,000? I think it was 21,000. There we go. Let's go to profile. All right. Let's take a quick look here. Just, I can't remember what they cleared us to. 200. All right, so 20,000 feet. All right. There we go. Wow. Guys, look at this beautiful sight. How about that? Beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. Did I turn off X camera? I think I did. There we go. Look at this beautiful wing view here as we fly through the clouds. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, isn't it? Is there any chance to get this plane? Because it's not available at the store anymore.
American 1727, climb and maintain flight level 260.
You are absolutely right. The aircraft is not available for purchase anymore.
260, American 1727.
Right, 900,000. Let's turn off the landing lights. Runway turn-off lights are off. Nose lights are off. And there we go here. And we can also release the cabin crew. And we'll turn off the passenger seatbelts sign as well as we continue our climb. There we go.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you electronic devices is now allowed. You may now
I managed to get this very cheap when it was on sale for Christmas 2 years ago. Yeah. Do other people also get terrible FPS from Amsterdam and X-Plane 12? There is a scenery. There is definitely a scenery fix for it. I know V Skycheck, who's a moderator here on the channel, has put in a fix on my Discord. I know that for a fact under the scenery channel. So yeah, and I highly recommend that you follow the V Skycheck scenery post on the Q8 Pilot Discord. He's he constantly puts in some fixes. He makes a lot of contributions to the Scenery Gateway as well. So we are climbing now to 20,000 feet. That's what we've been cleared to from ATC. I'm going to go ahead and bring some lights to the aircraft here. So let me, let's see here. We can click here. No, it won't allow me. All right, that's fine. Let's bring some lights. Here, here, and here. All right, and we'll do the same thing on the first officer's side. There we go. That looks better. And right over here as well. All right, there we go. And that's going to help us with the visibility here a little
American
bit.
1727, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Look at that, guys.
Climb and maintain flight level 310, American 1727.
We've been cleared to 310, but let's enjoy this beautiful sight of the iniBuilds A300. Check out the sounds. Wow. I mean, it's a real shame that they've abandoned this aircraft. Really, really. It's just really one of the best aircrafts created for X-Plane at the time of its release. All right, so 31,000 feet, I think. All right. All right, we can put this on climb. And we continue our climb, ladies and gents. I believe this is the General Electric variant Flying Scotsman. I tried MSFS 2020 and 24, but I don't think I like it very much. I will continue playing X-Plane, even though less and less developers are staying with it. Yeah. Now, here's a piece of good news for you guys. Yesterday, Marco, the director of X-Craft, has given me access, early beta access, to the X-Craft's Lineage aircraft, which is a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Now, unfortunately, he's not yet ready for me to stream it, so it's still being worked on, but he just sent me for my review, like a private review, if you will, and my feedback on the aircraft. Now, all I can tell you right now is that it looks beautiful. The cabin of that aircraft is just incredible. Highly detailed, and you'll have to wait to see it, but I can assure you that it's really, really good. All right. So,
American 1727, climb and maintain flight level 350.
all right. This is our cruise altitude, 350.
Flight level 350, American 1727.
And now we can start enjoying some views here. And let me see here. Let me put it maybe here for a while. We'll enjoy this. All right. So, here is my thoughts on the overall experience with iniBuilds and kind of the development and the history of iniBuilds in the flight sim community. Now, iniBuilds started from a very humble beginning. They used to create liveries, and they used to provide them for free on various forums. It was, again, very, very humble beginning. And they started then developing the X-Plane. One of the developers, one of the lead developers at iniBuilds, had met with me back in Flight Sim Expo 2023. So he gave me a little bit of insight. And it was a very tough time for the iniBuilds team when they assembled to build the A300 for X-Plane. As a matter of fact, the guy who, I'm not going to mention his name, but he told me that during this time, he told his wife and his family that, look, for a whole year, we are going to struggle. But once we deliver this project, I promise you that we're going to have, things will change. Things will change once we get to that point where we release our first aircraft. And so the first thing if you read between the lines, they had a lot of confidence in what they were going to deliver. And they worked very hard to deliver their very first flagship product, the A300, followed by, of course, the A310, and then we had the Beluga. So we had different variants, the passenger variant, the freighter variant of the aircraft, and pretty much iniBuilds established themselves as a very strong developer for the X-Plane platform, and we really enjoyed all the videos and all the content created then of their beautiful aircraft. It was probably by far the very best when it released, and the hype that was made at the time was well worth it. Now, I was also told by the same developer, and I asked him directly. I'm a very direct person, and so I told him, so why did you guys abandon X-Plane? What is the deal there? I mean, you left all the customers stranded. Oof, we forgot Barrow Standard. All right. So, again, I get carried away with talking sometimes, guys, so excuse me for that. Okay, so RS 2020, welcome aboard. Now, when MSFS came, being a lead developer for the X-Plane platform, iniBuilds have a very talented team, and they said, we have got to work and release something for, at least port our aircraft and make them available for Microsoft Flight Sim. Simply because they believed in the platform. It was a very promising platform for the developers, and it was, again, a revenue stream,
Atlanta Center, contact Washington Center,
or a brand new revenue stream for iniBuilds to start developing for the Microsoft platform and port over their great flagship product for X-Plane over to MS 2020. With that happening, without a doubt, the sales skyrocketed for iniBuilds because there were just way too many people moving over from X-Plane to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and the Asobo and Microsoft teams were excellent in marketing the platform, and they lured a lot of people to move, whether they were on the X-Plane platform or people who were on the fence about flight simming in general. They found Microsoft Flight Sim to be a more inviting platform. And so when I asked the developer at iniBuilds, what happened? Why did you guys abandon? And he said, there are a lot of things that you don't know. I think we need the anti-icing, so let me just turn that on here before we get into a situation that we cannot come out of during the flight. Okay, so he said, there are a lot of things that you don't know. We are when we work with Microsoft and when we work with Asobo and there is a problem, the team at Asobo, obviously because it's a very large team, are extremely responsive. So for them as a development team, they want the SIM platform provider to be responsive, because the faster they can iron out issues, the faster they can get to their objective. And that means that the company is going to be faster, the time to market their product is going to be faster, and they will be able to reap the benefit of the hard, work and the hours and hours of development and being away from their families. And so they found that building for the Microsoft platform is, from a business perspective, is more lucrative for iniBuilds. Now, not to say that they should have abandoned their customers, or that their customers from the X-Plane platform did not bring that revenue. But from a business sense, from a business perspective, it doesn't really make sense to spend, hours and hours and wait for responses to fix issues when they have a platform that has a, huge team behind it, working behind it, and they can get their questions and problems ironed out faster. So in that respect, I really understand where they came from. Now, they have made, obviously, a great partnership with Microsoft. Some of their aircraft were built into the sim. The A310 is available. And now with Microsoft Flight 2024, there is an abundance of iniBuilds aircraft. And that has also created a lot of business for iniBuilds. And so these guys are now able to invest in the future of the company, and they can continue to build excellent payware for the platform. Again, I'll remind you that they have an A350, Airbus A350 coming up very soon, and it is one aircraft that I'm very, very excited to check out. Now, on the other side of things, there are things that I do not wish to discuss publicly, but I will tell you this. The development team at iniBuilds is a team I have the most respect for. I really respect these guys. They are tenacious, they are committed, they are intelligent, they are very talented, and I have nothing but good things to say about this team. I was an iniBuilds partner for a brief time, and I decided to end that partnership for reasons I do not wish to disclose, just out of respect for everyone who might have been on the team, who's no longer on the team, who is still on the team. I have a lot of respect for people in general, and I do have a lot of respect for everyone that works at iniBuilds. But I have chosen to get out of that partnership for obvious reasons. I'd like to keep them private to me. I think my moderators, Stan, Rand, those guys know exactly what went there. But I'll just leave it at that. But I decided to leave because I felt that it wasn't really working for me. I know there are other partners like Captain Canada, Tuchin Murphy, and others who are very good friends of the channel and of me personally. And I have all the respect, and I wish them all the best in what they do with iniBuilds. But a partnership with them is not something that I see viable. It's much easier for me to provide reviews when I'm not partners with anyone, to be very frank. In your opinion, what is the future ahead of X-Plane? X-Plane has a bright future ahead, without a doubt. And X-Plane doesn't, by the way, depend entirely on the consumer market. So it's not really the B2B, the B2C that they make most of their money from. They actually make most of their money from the commercial version of X-Plane, which is sold to training centers, to airlines, and things like that. That's how they make their money. We X-Planers got used by iniBuilds as a stepping stepping by the sounds of it. I don't think that we got used, the Flying Scotsman. I think that's harsh to say. In all fairness to iniBuilds, I don't think that we got used by iniBuilds. iniBuilds have created a very fine product for X-Plane. Unfortunately, the economics did not really work for them with this platform. Again, the Lebanon team is a very small team, very capable, but very small. So, and these guys want to put, just think of it this way. The developers over at iniBuilds, this is their full-time job. They don't do anything else. And so, in all fairness, I don't think that we were used. I think that it was just really a very unfortunate situation that that iniBuilds found themselves in after moving over to the Microsoft Flight Sim platform. A lot of the big developers have followed suit, such as PMDG and others, and I'm still seeing some X-Plane developers now starting to develop for the Microsoft Flight Sim platform. So all in all, it is a shame that they've abandoned the project, because this is just really, look at the overhead panel here, look at the lighting, the sounds, everything is done to perfection. The simulation of the systems, just the overall fidelity of what iniBuilds creates has always been top notch. At least, their Airbus aircraft. I know they've created a few smaller aircrafts, and I don't know why they've created a car, like some sort of a buggy for Microsoft Flight 2020, which is free, but I felt a little, it's like, what are they doing? Just create aircrafts, please. Don't create cars for a flight sim.
Attention, all aircraft.
All in all, it is a shame that they've abandoned this project, and the aircraft, by the way, has been decommissioned from the store. It is no longer available for sale, but it still is, in my view, a wonderful aircraft, and I salute every person at iniBuilds who's worked on this aircraft. Really, thumbs up, kudos to all of them, and I wish them all the very best. It's just, I understand that it leaves a very bitter taste in every X-Planer's mouth when when they spend money on the aircraft and that there's no future to it. Fortunately, that as still with X-Plane 12.1.4 release candidate 1, we still have it working. So that's good. All right, let's check here quickly on the cabin crew. FlyJSim is working slowly on some planes as well. Yes, they are. I think Jack, who's the lead developer, has an issue. A health issue which prevents him from working full throttle on the projects. Hey Niels, how are you doing, my friend? It was and is a very enjoyable add-on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I can tell you, although it is kind of dated now, I still enjoy flying the iniBuilds. There is a great bunch of lads that are creating very good add-ons for X-Plane, like Flight Factor, Tolus, and more. It's a platform that never will cease to exist. That I will have to agree with you. You should fly on St. Martin next video. Sure, yeah. Can iniBuilds at least let us buy this even if they don't update? Now that would be, Eric, that is going to put them in a very dire situation with their customers, because customers, see, they're damn if they do, they're damn if they don't. If they allow you to purchase the aircraft and you get no updates, then the community is going to start complaining, say, hey, I paid this, no updates, what's going on? And if they remove it from the store, say, it's like, please let us have it because really it's an excellent aircraft. I consider myself very fortunate that I still have it in my account, because I honestly feel that this is one of the very best aircrafts created for X-Plane when it came out. Obviously now it is dated. The VNAV definitely needs work, so it needs adjustments with the new changes in X-Plane. Here's a quick flyby for you guys with those beautiful clouds. Just look at that. Beautiful sounds, reflections. Wow. Just a lovely, lovely aircraft. Here's a nice swing view for you guys. I'm certainly jealous of MSFS with things coming out with the Fokker BAE 146, Embraer E195, and others. No matter how hard I try, something always bothers me about MSFS. I will have to say that I kind of share that feeling with you sometimes. Yeah. One of my tough parts of sticking to X-Plane is that developers have to charge even more for add-ons due to the smaller market share. Well, Nate, you got it there, my friend. Yeah, you are absolutely correct there. It's a bit of an unfortunate situation for developers. There was one developer who I will not share which development company, but I am very good friends with, and we talk regularly. And he was actually very depressed because of this situation with the X-Plane market. Hello, Jafar. Welcome aboard. Looking forward to the developer retro wings of the DC-9 for X-Plane. Likewise, my friend. Day one purchase. Yeah, absolutely. I luckily also have the A300 purchased it also when it was on sale, but the A300 Premium for MSF is also very well done. Yes. And yet Market Expert has been able to make this business viable and still work with Laminar and X-Plane, an amazing lineup of jets. So I think iniBuilds has no leg to stand on. It's a choice. It is a choice. It is a choice, without a doubt. It is a choice. And they've made the and by the way, just for you to know, X-Craft has also struggled quite a bit. But yeah, it is a choice. They've made a business decision. We have got to respect their decision. And I think one of you guys has suggested earlier that we should that they should consider making it freeware, and that is actually not a bad idea, considering that it's not longer available in the store, and that folks would like to fly this aircraft. So making it freeware and putting a disclaimer that try it at your own risk is probably not a bad idea after all. X-Plane is a love-hurt relationship. It has so much potential. I wish there was more backing with the devs. I find myself getting frustrated with the lack of new stuff. Yeah, that is something that is an issue, and I hear you.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 2942.
All right. Let's take a quick look here. What we have received company data. All right. Let me go to progress page here. We are about 311 nautical miles from John F. Kennedy. And all is looking good here. Let me take you guys to the cabin real quick here. And let's take a look. Forget where. There we go. All right. Right, let's see. Can open the door. Now here is the passenger cabin, which I think, by the way, is done very, very well. Look at that cabin. I mean, for X-Plane standards, still for an aircraft that has not been updated in ages, look at this cabin. And you've got the nice screen here showing the passenger, the model of the aircraft, distance to destination, estimated arrival, time elapsed, all that good stuff. Just really, really very, very nicely done by iniBuilds. The passenger cabin
American
is
1727. Contact Washington
right,
Center on
go.
123.85.
The galley. And if we move back here, and then the rest of the business class, and then you have the economy class as well. So just look at the fidelity of the texturing. Again, for an aircraft that has not been updated in ages, this looks really, really cool. Yeah. What a shame. What a shame that it's no longer available. This is really cool. Yeah. Well, let's take a look here. We'll just do a quick tour, and we'll move back to the flight deck. Again, they've done really a good job with the texturing, passenger cabin. Everything really has been done with a lot of finesse. Again, the flagship product, this is their beginning. This is what got iniBuilds in the door with flight simming. And I really can't wait to test out their new A350. So it's definitely going to be an aircraft that I will purchase on day one of its release. And the good thing is that it's compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 because 2020 is no longer installed on my machine. I've decided to delete it and make space for the new sim. I'd say it still holds up pretty well overall. Yes, Niels, it does. It honestly does. So for those of you who have the aircraft, by the way, the Beluga still works with X-Plane 12 as well. So I've tried the Beluga the other day and it works all right. Definitely felt like a one last crash grab by them at that point. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are looking good. I'm going to go ahead and come down here now, and we're going to set the arrival information. So we're going to go to the init page. All right. All right. Let's go to takeoff and approach. We're going to add 5 knots for wind correction. That gives us a approach speed of 136, and we need the decision height. So we're going to go to Navigraph charts, and let me zoom out.
American 1727, Washington Center. Expect the CAM Ren 4 arrival. Anticipate descent in about 15 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
All right. So there is our...
Expecting the CAM Ren 4 arrival. Anticipating descent in about 15 minutes. American 1727.
All right. So we will begin descent shortly, maybe 15 minutes from now. We'll begin our descent towards JFK. And we just need the decision height, which is 100. So we're going to click here and set this to 100. There we go. And everything else is set for the arrival into JFK. By the way, this needs to be at 29902. There's no button to set it. So there we go. All right. Excellent. Perfect. All is looking good. And here, look at this view, guys. Look at the clouds in X-Plane 12. Looks very, very nice indeed. The CRTs look really good in X-Plane. And this A300 with PW or CF6 engines. So this specific one has the General Electric, and it's the CF6 engines, yeah. Hey guys, let's make 100% likes today. Please click thumbs up and support the channel. And Sam, thank you very much. Stan, appreciate it. You've been a great friend, Stan, over the years, and a great wingman during FS Expo 2023. Thank you for the support and for your friendship, Stan. I appreciate it very much. Gold Gamer, welcome. My main problem is that we already have too much great study level planes in XP. The 777 version 2 alone needs a few months to master everything, not even to talk about the CL650. That is true. Airfoil Labs are making a 737 MAX, which I'm very excited about. Yep. The Level Up series also just got an update. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Maybe we'll... Maybe I'll update it and we'll take it for a flight in the coming days. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. Well, hello to you, Gold Gamer. Welcome, my friend. I wouldn't mind a few medium fidelity aircraft just to fill the gaps with certain aircraft. You know, I'm starting to see some really excellent aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim as well. Black Square is creating some of the best general aviation aircraft for flight simming. Not to mention, of course, the A2A Comanche. plus many other aircraft from FS Reborn, of course Phoenix for the bigger aircraft. I will tell you one thing, guys. I haven't flown, because I don't have FS 2020 installed anymore, I haven't flown PMDG aircraft for the longest time now. And quite frankly, I don't miss it. Because the 777, for example, and the 737 in X-Plane, the Zibo 737, and with the level up variants now, we have the 736, we have the entire lineup of the Boeings of the next generation of the Boeing 737 NG. I really don't miss anything that Microsoft Flight Sim today has to offer for 2024 or the PMDG lineup. Even for Airbus, I kind of enjoy TOLUS a lot, so we do have an alternative. I do like to fly VFR in Microsoft Flight Sim. I think it's a great sim to fly VFR. But for everything else, I think I prefer still X-Plane. It's my to-go sim, and I enjoy it a lot more than I enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. I enjoy both of them, but definitely X-Plane is my to-go sim, without a doubt. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, and they, you know, you'll hear this war going on, and this is not the intention for me, is to stir up anything here, but it's just really, this is my preference. You know, for I guess it's also a matter of you know, getting used to the sim. I like X-Plane. I like the fact that it's set and forget. I love the user interface. Very intuitive. I don't like the user interface in Microsoft Flight Sim. Setting up controls in X-Plane is much easier, with great support for a lot of different hardware. So there are other things that also I think influences my, you know, my preference. And makes me have more affinity for X-Plane, other than the fact that, of course, the channel was founded on X-Plane tutorials. The level up and flight factor almost completely cover all Boeing, and TOLUS covers Airbus. Yes, Jared. And we have an excellent A340 and A330 from TOLUS as well, so that's pretty cool. Except we don't have a good A350 XP. You know, SimSmith, I think Flight Factor are working with TOLUS on an A350 for X-Plane. I think they've announced this some time back. So expect something pretty high fidelity from these two developers. They are joining forces to create an A350, which is going to be above and beyond the current A350 by Flight Factor. Hey, Sergio, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. You can mix the new level up and the Zibo mode, so get some Zibo mode features. Total legal there. Yeah. Well, it's everyone on preference. Both platforms are very well done. Absolutely. It's already in development by Flight Factor and TOLUS. Yes, correct. Very excited about that. Feels too gamey, I can't describe it. X-Plane feels like a proper simulator. There's a lot of people that share that thought, for sure. Do you think Flight Factor A320 is better than the TOLUS A320? No, I do not think that at all. Quite the opposite. I think the TOLUS A320 is far better than the Flight Factor A320. The Flight Factor A320 needs updates. It needs serious updates. It was very disappointing to see the last update that they've done on the aircraft, which was some time ago. So yeah, it's not. Let me put this on progress. So yeah, it's not. When it released, it was one of the best, but now, nah, don't bother. Thank you guys for getting the likes up to 95 likes. I appreciate that. I've had some 50 hours on real 737-8 simulator, X-Plane with Zibo, and much more. Yeah. I never played MSFS, but from videos I saw, it looked like arcade flying. So there's a lot of that And I think it's to do, especially with 2020, I think it's less arcadish in 2024. But 2020, I think it's to do with the saturation of the colors. It looks more cinematic than natural, I think, in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. But in 2024, I think it looks a little bit better. At least it's the colors are not as saturated. So yeah. Amazing. The planes just absolutely work from the day of the release for, yeah, Tolis, yeah. Tolis guys are very good. There's a very small development team, by the way. The company is owned by, a couple, a lovely couple with lovely children. They're just really great. I love them to pieces. I love the Tolis team. They're just really great. And the lead developer, of course, the husband takes care of the development and all that good stuff, and then the wife takes care of all the other stuff like marketing and logistics and things like that. Works very well for them. I'm happy to support Tolis anytime. Happy to recommend their aircraft. Top-notch stuff. They have an excellent lineup of aircraft from the A319, 20, 21, the A340, and recently the A330. And by the way, the A330 is looking pretty good in terms of the texturing, what have you. So yeah, so let's check here with the cabin crew real quick. Hey Lisa, how's it going in the back there? Is everything okay? Haven't heard from you.
Everything is going smoothly in the back, Captain. Passengers are settled in and enjoying the flight.
All right, perfect. Hey Jared, what did you think of our flight thus far, and specifically how would you rate our takeoff from Charlotte Douglas? Let's see if you can catch up with all those questions.
The flight's been smooth so far, Sam. Takeoff from Charlotte was solid, nice and steady. Climb out.
Ah, nice. All right. All right. So I think we are going to begin the descent shortly. You can see the top of descent here. So we are going to begin the descent shortly from our current cruise altitude of 35,000 feet. And we're going to begin the descent towards Kennedy International. Hello, New York City. It's been a while since I've been in New York. I was last there in 2020, so 5 years ago. I think I'm due for another New York visit in the near future. Suresh says, anyway, setting aside the dissatisfaction and heartburn over the abandoned stance of iniBuilds, like Q8 has been, as long as the quality of this beauty on the stream, I'll admit that Flydic is, it is still a high fidelity aircraft. I love its sounds. I love what they've done with it. Again, this is, I think, for as long as this aircraft works in X-Plane, I think it will remain to be testament to the fidelity and the quality of work that iniBuilds has done back then when they were developing for X-Plane. Excellent aircraft. You have got to love X-Plane, guys. Look at that. The contrails, the sounds. Gotta love it. All right. Let's take a quick look here. So the descent is right there. And if we look down here... All right, so progress is...
American 1727 cleared Cameron for arrival into Kennedy. Whenever you'd like, descend and maintain flight level 250.
All right, So we've been cleared to...
for arrival into Kennedy. Descend and maintain flight level 250. American 1727.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and begin the descent. So we're going to reset the MCP altitude to 25,000 feet. There we go, 25,000 is set. And now you'll see here in the display that you have descent here. You see this here? So we can begin just by clicking here. You'll begin the descent. So let's click that. And now it will tell you that the vertical speed is minus 1,000. And as you can see here, we now begun the descent. Now, when you use this feature, when you click descent here, it will respect the current profile set here, so it will not disengage it. Or you could go level change. If you click level change and you begin the descent, then you need to wait a little while and then go to profile again. Otherwise, you'll lose your, the speed, the calculations for your VNAV and things like that will be off, and you'll find that the aircraft will either descend too fast or too slow when you don't use profile. So we are still on the same profile, and the aircraft descending. You can see the vertical deviation here, that we are too low for the current sector, but that's okay, because once we are, I'd rather descend at 1,000 feet per minute than go like 2,000, 2,500, which is very uncomfortable for the passengers. So this is a very comfortable descent rate on a 3-degree glide slope into JFK. 1,000 feet per minute is pretty good, and we are good here, and we just begun the descent towards John F. Kennedy Airport. All right. Notice the nice shadows there, the reflections on the panel. Again, you can see the fidelity of the panel work as well. Look at those screws there, and the panel work. Just really excellent work by iniBuilds on this aircraft. Very, very nice indeed. Clouds are looking a little bit funny here. All right, let's take a quick look at the weather information at JFK. So we do have heavy rain. As indicated here. We have scattered clouds at 400 feet. Oof. The visibility, yeah, that's why we have limited IFR. So the conditions are extremely bad over at JFK. Overcast at 700 feet. Heavy rain and mist, ceiling 700, temperature is 8. So we can expect a rather rough arrival into JFK, which is something you guys, I'm sure, would love. You don't like the clear weather. You guys like this kind of weather, and you like to see me all stressed out trying to land the aircraft.
American 1727, descend and maintain 15,000.
All right, 15,000. There we go.
Descend and maintain 15,000. American 1727.
All right, we've been cleared to 15,000. We're going to continue with the current descent rates unless I see a need for that. Currently, we're still too low for the current sector, so we're doing well. We're descending at 1,000 feet per minute, so we're good here. Hey, Carl! Late but here. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Brendan says the A340 from Trolls is a masterpiece. Yes, it is, for sure. Well, thank you very much, guys. We hit 110 likes. Thank you very, very much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Really, guys, over the years, I think the amount of support that I have received from the community is very humbling. And I am truly, truly forever grateful for every comment, like, dislike, a word of advice, encouragement, for all of those of you who cheered me up in times where, I was feeling down, for those who've helped me come back to the community to create content. I am forever grateful. Thank you very much. You guys are the best. The Q8 Pilot channel followers and friends are the best, without a doubt. You guys are truly, I like that word that Stan used. You guys are classy. You are very classy. Yeah. Oh, we love the rain. Yeah, I know you're. I know your guys are going to have a ball today, and I don't promise you that you know that I will butter the landing or even have a good one today, because quite honestly, guys, I haven't flown this aircraft in ages, so I really don't have a feel for how it works. I verified that it worked, so I was able. I really wasn't. It actually is working very, very well, considering how dated it is. But I haven't really tested the aircraft, so I really am not. I don't know what to expect. You can see here. You see the vertical speed here as it went down. The aircraft is descending faster now, so that is again a sign that it still works. This aircraft still works pretty much in every aspect. Works pretty well considering just how, you know, how dated it is today. So yeah, so quite happy about that. Still working pretty well. You can see the needle there coming back up for the vertical deviation. So it is descending a lot faster now because it wants to make sure that it stays on the profile. And you can see now the lighting looks so very nice here inside the cockpit. And look at the overhead panel lighting. Of course, I'm using the light mod by Drishal. Maybe a Category 5 Hurricane as well. Is it? Wow. Yeah, we're going to be in for some interesting arrival into JFK this evening, ladies and gents. Visibility is pretty bad, so we'll see what happens when we arrive. Hey there, Herb from Canada. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Renan de Oliveira, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. Thank you very much for the support, guys. Really, really appreciate it. We've hit just 118 likes. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the most recent videos that I posted on Explain settings guide for 2025, as well as the night mod by Drishal, very good friend and a fellow content creator who's just starting out. He's got a small channel, but he creates some excellent tutorials. If you are interested in auto ortho, for example, I highly recommend Drishal's channel. And mods, if you can post the link to Drishal's channel there. The guy really deserves all the support. He's a young fella, studying currently at the university, but every chance he gets, you know, he makes great contributions to the Explain community. So kudos to Drishal for his contributions. And I love the fact that he's adopted the Explain platform, and he's creating some really, really excellent content for Explain. Let's bring up the lights here so you guys can see a little better. All right, everything's looking good here, 22,000. And we continue our descent towards JFK.
American 1727, contact Washington Center on 133.125.
Switching to Washington Center on 133.125. American 1727.
Look at those wings, guys. They are just sensational. Look at this wing view here. I mean, that is really, really nice.
1727 evening, descending through flight level 220 to 15,000.
American 1727, Washington Center. Good evening.
All right, Washington Center. We are continuing the descent. All right, let me grab the altimeter here real quick. So I am using same tensions with integration with Active Sky, so it will give me the correct altimeter, so that's good. So we can always grab 29er, 19er. Okay. All right, we have some icing conditions there. All right. we're a tad too high, but we can see the aircraft is kind of struggling to maintain the profile. Mr. Far... Oh, why is it? Much love from Saudi. Well, welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome from Saudi Arabia. Welcome. I hear St. Tensions in the background. Love the ATC as well. Absolutely, yes, you are right. Have you tried Orthophoric Speed 1.4? It's amazing. It just takes a while for big areas. But for small areas, it looks great. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. I haven't tried it, but yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. All right, 29er. God, I'm getting old. I forgot. All right, 29er, 19er. All right, here we go. 29er, 19er. All right, 29er, 19er. There we go.
American 1727, Washington Center. Descend and maintain 6,000. Altimeter 29er.19er.
Descend and maintain 6,000. Altimeter 29er19er. American 1727.
All right, we've been cleared to 6,000 feet. There we go. We're almost there now, guys. So hopefully we'll have a successful landing at JFK without too much trouble. All right,
American 1727, contact New York. Approach on 125.7.
Hello, New York.
Contacting New York, approach on 125.7.
Are you using lossless scaling now? Yes, Bob. I am now using lossless scaling. As you can see here, we have 64 frames natively and 135, but that's going to go down dramatically once we approach JFK. It's a very, very involved scenery. And
American 1727, evening descending from 16,000 to 6,000.
American 1727, New York approach. Good evening, Kennedy. Altimeter 29er.19er. Expect the ILS runway 4 right approach into Kennedy.
All right.
Altimeter 29er19er. Expecting ILS runway 4 right approach. American 1727.
All right, so we've been given the same runway that we've selected in the beginning, so that's good news. And we'll wait and see what happens as we approach the airport. We are at 13,000 for 6,000. All right, let's go ahead and configure the auto brakes. We're going to go medium, and let's go ahead and extend the still armed. All right, so we'll leave that. And here we are. Let's take a quick flyby here and enjoy this lovely scene here as we make the turn towards John F. Kennedy. I love the strobe lights on the flight factor look. Let me show you this here. So I really like, I love it. I love the strobe lights on this A300. All right, looking good. You can notice now the beautiful lighting inside the cockpit. Of course, this is possible with the light mod and the Lua script that I made a video of. If you were not sure what I'm talking about, just go to the channel and you'll find that the latest video I've released a few days ago was on the night mod. The night light mod by Drishal that goes with a blah script. What a name by the developer, a blah script. All right, let's take this to 30 nautical miles, and we are still looking good. Wycliffe Barrett, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Explain photometric lighting is next level. Yes, Jared, I agree with you there totally. Hello, Mohammed. Are you using RXP Enhancer with other light mods? No. I am using Drishal Max light mod with the Lua. Links to both are available in my latest video on the channel. All right, 10,000 feet, latest jets. Landing lights are coming on. And we don't need the anti-icing nose lights to take off, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the landing lights as well. Everything's good here, and we're looking good. Okay, So far, so good. We're below 10,000 feet. Fastest seatbelt signs are on. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Okay, Captain. Preparing the cabin for arrival now.
All right, so we're preparing the cabin for arrival,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are preparing
and things are looking good. Notice the wing flex. Very nicely done. We are looking good, folks.
American 1727, descend and maintain 3000. Turn left heading 335 vectors for the ILS runway 4 right approach. Altimeter 29.19er.
Descend and maintain 3000. Left heading 335 for vectors ILS 4 right. Altimeter 29.19er. American 1727.
Well, let me set the heading.
American 1727, proceed direct Z-tail. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 4 right approach.
All right, we've been cleared direct to Zital.
Proceeding direct to Z-tail. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 4 right approach. American 1727.
All right, here's Zital. So ATC have instructed us to fly direct to Zital. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And what else here? Did they clear us to a lower altitude? Yes, they did. All right, so we are going to go to 2,000. We are looking good. Let's set this to 10 nautical miles. We are looking good in terms of the vertical speed. And everything is looking good. All right. I really am enjoying Say Tensions a lot. I think it's by far the very best ATC add-on created for flight simming. And it keeps on getting better and better by the day. I'm glad INI went to MSFest, but I wish they would have stayed with X-Plane as well. Shame they stopped selling this aircraft. The interest from the A310 should have carry iniBuilds forward, since a lot of people wanted it at the time when it was on XP. Yeah, for sure. All right. We are going to bring this back here and start reducing the speed. We're going to click here on VL. Oh, it's still all right, so we need the frequency 109.5 and 44 109.5 and the approach course is 44. So let's set, come on. All right, 44. All right, there we go. That is now set. We're looking good. All right, let me bring back the speed brakes. There we go. We're going to set flaps. All right, there we go. Flaps are set 15. Flaps 15. And there we go. We are looking good. All right, landing gear is coming down. Ah, there we go. It looks like it's going to be a rough landing, guys. All right.
American 1727, contact Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Switching to
wants more drag. Alright, let me take the flaps down a notch.
Kennedy Tower, American 1727 evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 4 right approach.
Right, land.
American 1727, Kennedy Tower, wind 080 at 5.
Flaps
Runway
full.
4 right, cleared to land.
And I can't see anything.
1727.
Right, we know that the speed is, let's check out the speed here real quick. Takeoff landing, so 134. All right. Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough, guys. Right, we're looking good here. Let's see, land, and we are fully configured now for the landing. All right, I'm going to reduce the speed to 134 knots. There we go. Let's just wait and see what happens. Very, very bad weather indeed. So I'm going to try to keep the autopilot in such conditions for as long as possible before disconnecting it. The winds are not helping at all today. Very strong winds. All right, we're almost there now. That's 1,000 feet. I can't see a thing, guys. Wow. We're at 500 feet. I still can't see the runway.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
I can't see anything.
Glide slow.
All right,
glide
here's
slow,
the runway.
Glide slow.
Holy moly.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate. 5.
Wow. What is that?
American 1727, welcome to Kennedy. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Wow, I can't even keep the aircraft on the ground. Jeez. Wow.
To ground on 121.9er, American 1727.
Well, I'll tell you what. With this conditions, you don't really want to go around. Not with weather like that. You definitely don't want to go around
Ground
with weather
American
like that. I can't see a
1727
thing.
evening. We've cleared runway 4 right and are ready to taxi to the gate.
Well, let's go to taxi here.
American 1727, Kennedy ground, taxi to 816 via Echo, cross runway 22 right, then Charlie, Victor, cross runway 13 left, then Bravo, Tango Alpha. Have a great day.
Taxi to 816 via Echo, cross 22 right, then Charlie, Victor, cross 13 left, then
All right.
Bravo, Tango Alpha. American
Let's take a look
1727.
at our landing, and I'm going to terminate say intentions here. We have received the taxi instructions, so let's go ahead and take a look at the landing. All right, so let's go here and take a look at. It was a very violent approach. The weather was just crazy. It was just really crazy. The FAA may wish to talk to you after that landing. Yeah, they might. Yeah, sure. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. We can't even see much. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's the aircraft. There is the runway. Holy moly! Look at that. We did manage to flare in the end, huh? Jeez Louise, look at that, guys. Oof. Yeah, it's very hard to see, I know. Yeah, very, very difficult to see, unfortunately, which is a bummer, because it's always nice to watch the iniBuilds. All right, let's retract the flaps. Always nice to watch the A310 landing. All right, I think we are going to definitely need the map here at JFK because I really can't see a thing. And let's see where we're heading here. All right, so we are going to go all the way across runway 22 right. Okay, and we can also start the APU. Man, that landing was pretty rough. I think it was a disaster of a landing. Catastrophic landing. Yeah. Looked like wind shear. Yeah, it did. It did look like wind shear. It was just crazy. I think in real life, if the weather conditions were as such, I think it would have been like a, you know, an alternate. They've been advised to go to an alternate airport because the weather is seriously very bad. Visibility is non-existent. Can't really see anything. So that's the runway, and we're clearing the runway now. And if we look out here, we'll see that. So we'll cross the runway, and then we will make a left turn towards the taxiway. Look at those beautiful lights inside the cockpit. Very difficult to see anything, but hopefully with the aid of Navigraph charts, we'll be able to make it. Again, another reason why you should have Navigraph charts is this little map here that shows you where you're going. So we'll remain on Echo until we are closer to the terminal, and then we'll worry about making a turn. Looks like there's a runway ahead here. Definitely, yeah. So we'll just cross the runway here. Wow, very bad weather. I'm going to remove the weather in just a little bit because I do want to show you the airport by Nimbus Simulations, which is an excellent rendition of JFK for X-Plane. So let's see here. Where can we go? You can barely see the taxi lights. Wow, this weather is just crazy. Is anyone in New York can probably let us know if this is in fact the weather now over there? All right, there we go. You can't see a thing, guys. Look at that. I mean, you literally can't see anything. There is a sign there. Let's see what that sign says. All right. All right, Bravo's coming up. All right, that's Alpha. All right, that's Alpha. I can see an aircraft there. And probably the next one is Bravo. I might have missed Bravo. I don't know. I think I might have missed it, yeah. Let's take a quick look here where we are. I think we missed Bravo. It's really difficult, very difficult to see. Let's see if I can turn on the landing lights. Will it change anything? Because I honestly can't see a thing. Tell you what, guys, I'm just going to make a turn here because I honestly can't see anything. There we go. And we're going to make a turn here. Finally, we're getting somewhere. All right. All right, perfect. I don't think that's a parking spot, but let's see if we can find one between those two aircraft. Wow. Very difficult to steer the aircraft as well with this weather. It does have a follow car. You can turn on progressive taxi, yeah, I really don't know where I'm going. It's very difficult to see anything right now. I can see the terminal head. Yeah, I can definitely see the terminals now. All right. Let's pick a spot. Stand 35 works for me. There we go. All right. Finally. Just look at those beautiful the rendition of JFK. Finally, we had to look for a spot there to park. Right, perfect. I don't think we started the... it's available already, so we're going to turn on the APU bleed. Let's set the parking brake. And let's see here. We can turn off the landing lights. I turned them on so we can see a little better. That goes off. We turn off lights can go off, and we can now kill the engines. Engines 1 and 2. And all is good here. Beacon lights can go off. All right. And we are at JFK. I'm not sure if the landing was a safe landing. I very much doubt that. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. Before we do conclude, I want to change the weather to clear. Apply. All right. And I want to change the time of day as well, so you guys can really get an appreciation for John F. Kennedy Airport by Nimbus Simulations, which is really a beautiful rendition of JFK for X-Plane. One of the best sceneries really created. Gary, you can see it here. Very, very nice, very detailed rendition, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Very, very detailed rendition of John F. Kennedy Airport for X-Plane. Well, folks, this really brings us to the conclusion of this live stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoy streaming it for you. It's been a lot of fun flying the iniBuilds in X-Plane 12. Again, it is a shame that this aircraft has been decommissioned, but it was lovely taking it out of the hangar and taking it for a flight in the virtual skies of X-Plane 12. Ladies and gents, I want to thank you very much for being here this evening and for your endless support to the Q8 Pilot channel and to me personally. I appreciate that very, very much, and I definitely enjoy the interaction with all of you guys. I will see you all very soon, but until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in this evening, and bye-bye for now.